Hello guys, welcome to our channel, and today we will discuss the power of CountIF functions and how CountIF functions can be proved very effectively if we use in different examples and in different criteria. So to save our time, I just made different formats that will help you out to understand how CountIF functions can be very helpful. And to get the benefit of these CountIF functions, you have to just give favor to watch the full video, and we'll start our video without wasting any time, and we'll start it with our first example. And our first example is count the values that contain 5 characters. So here you see the total words, and we just want to know the we just want to know the words which contains the 5 characters. So here you see the range is basically starts from apple, and the last one is blue, and this is the criteria. And we just want to know the characters, we just want to know the words which contains the 5 characters. So how can we just know? We just use our countif functions, which is equals to count if bracket open. Now you just need to select the whole range. You just select the whole range from apple to blue, and comma. Now just write inverted comma open. If you want to just know the word which contains 4 characters, 3 characters, as per your own choice. I just want to know the characters which contains 5. I just want to know the words which contains 5 characters, so I just write 5 question marks. And if you want to know the words which contains 4 characters, so you just need to write 4 question marks. I just write here 5 question marks to get to know the words which contains the 5 characters. I just write bracket close, and here you see the 4. It says 4, which means the words which contains 5 characters are 4. Now here you see the green which contains 5 characters. I just want to test it. I just write here indigo, which will cancel out the 5 character and make it 6. So here you see the decrement 4 by 3. This is how our CountIF if function works. If you want to just know the characters, I just write the formula so that you will get the better understanding of it. I just write before writing the formula, you have to just write apostrophe, and here you just paste it. And I just write here merge and center, so you will get the better understanding of it. So this is how our CountIF function works to get the total number of characters. Now we just proceed to our second example, and our second example is count cells that contain negative numbers, and these are the numbers, and we just want to know the total numbers which are in negative sign. So you just write here count if bracket open. You just select the whole range, and comma, and here it says criteria. So our criteria is inverted comma, and we just want to know the values which is less than 0. So you just write the sign less than and 0, and inverted comma close, and you just write here bracket. Here you see a 2, which means 2 values are in negative sign, and we just know positive. So for getting the positive value, just write count if, again select the whole range, comma, and inverted comma, and I just want to write here greater than 0 and inverted comma, and just close the bracket. So it says 3, which means 3 numbers are in positive. So this is how it says. I just copy the whole formula and just paste it, so you will again get the better understanding of it. This is how we can get the negative number count, and how we can get the positive number counts. Now we just proceed our third example, which is you just want to know the criteria in which the values which are greater than 80, or the values which are greater than or equals to 80. These are the numbers, and you just want to know that how many numbers are less than 80. So we just write here equals to and count if bracket open. You just need to select the whole range, comma, and inverted comma, and we just want to know the values which is less than 80, and inverted comma close, and you just close the bracket. Here it says 2, which means 2 numbers are less than 80, and if you want to just know the less than or equals to 80, which also contain one number more, so I just want to write here count if select the whole range, comma, and inverted comma. I just want to know the greater than or equals to 80, and inverted comma close. Then it shows the value, which is 3, which means the total number of count which is equals to or less than 80 are 3. So I just copy the formula. Again, I just write here apostrophe, and here I just paste the formula. This is how our third example completed. Now we just proceed our fourth one, which is count cells that are blank. Here you see the values, and some cells are blanks, and we just want to count the total number of blank cells. So you just write here equals to count blank, and you just need to open bracket, and you just select the whole range and close the bracket. This is how it tells us that the total number of blank cells are 5, and if I just erase or delete that cell, it will be increment by 1. This is how we can just count blank cells. And if you want to know the total number of cells which are not blank, so this is also easy. You just again select the CountIF, which means select all the number of cells, and you just close the bracket and then subtract it by the blank cells. And here it says 9. If I just write here 1, then it will change its value. It will give that value to 11. This is how our blank and count blank function works. I just paste the formula here, and you will just get to know the formula. How can we just use the count blank function. Now we just proceed our another example, which is count cells that contain text. So here you see the some of these cells which contain some text and some arrow, and another one is number. So you just want to know that how many cells which contains only text. So how you can just know this is the criteria, and in that criteria we just want to know that the number of cells which contains text. So you just write count if bracket open, and you just select the range and comma and inverted comma. And inverted comma, if you just want to know the text, so getting the text you need to write asterisk symbol and inverted comma close, and again just close the cell. This is how it tells us that 3 cells which contains only text. And if you want to know the cells which don't contain text, so how you can just write equals to count if bracket open, select all the range, comma, inverted comma. Now here it's greater than, less than is not, and apostrophe asterisk is character, and you just inverted comma close and close the bracket. This is how it tells us that 2 are the values which don't contain any text. This is how our third example completed. And I just proceed our fourth example. Before getting to our fourth example, I just copy the formula, and here I just again copy the formula of not text and just make it presentable. This is how our example completed. Now we just proceed over another example, which is count matches between columns, and we just want to count the boxes or cells which contains the same characters. So how you can count? You can just use the sum product function, which is not very complicated, like sum and product, open bracket, and here we have 2 arrays. So you just write 2 symbols and again bracket open. Now you just select the first range, and you just want to know the equals to, and you again select the second range and close the first bracket and then second bracket and enter. Here it says 3, which means first first column, and here you see the second and not the third and the fourth. So the total three columns are same. So if you just write here f f f 3 multiple f, so it increment by 1. This is how the count function will match the columns. So I just select the whole function so that you will get the better understanding of it. And this is how our count match between two columns function completed. Now we just proceed over an example, which is our second last, and this is count cells that begins with. We just want to know the cells which start with the begin some characters. So you just write here equals to count if you just select the whole range, comma, inverted comma, and if you want to know the cells which starts with a double p letters, so you just write a double p and asterisk and inverted comma close and close the bracket. This is how it tells that three cells which contains app columns or app cells. So we'll start another example, which is equals to count if, and here again select the whole range, comma, inverted comma, and we just want to know the value which is contain a. So you just write a asterisk and inverted comma close. It will be usually greater than our first count. So here it says 4, which means there are these 4 cells which contain the initial letter A. So here you see the 3 for app, and the last 4 is this app. This is how our function. And if you just want to know the character cell which starts with head, so just write again count if bracket open, you select the whole range and again inverted comma, and you just want to know the head and asterisk and close the inverted comma and close that bracket, and here it says 2, which means head and again head. This is how we can count the cells that begins with the letters as per our own choice. And I just copy and I just write apostrophe and paste it, so you will get the better understanding of it. Now I just proceed to our last example, and before in our previous we just count the text with begin, and in that we just want to count the text which contains specific text. So to get the understanding of which cell contains the specific text, we just want to know by our count function. We just write again count if, and again select the whole range and comma and inverted comma and inverted comma. We just want to know the specific text which contain a, so you just write inverted comma, and for specific you just write first here asterisk and then again in the last you need to put the asterisk and inverted comma, and then you just need to close that bracket, and here it says 6 cells which contains a. So how you know 1 2 3 4, and in that also contain a, in that also contains a. In our previous we just want to or get the begins, and in that you can get anywhere in the whole cell. So I just want to know here the count if the range and then comma and inverted comma, and I just want to get to know which cell contains character 2. So you just write here inverted comma and asterisk 2 asterisk and inverted comma, and you just need to close, and here it says 4 cells which contains 2. So how first one, second, third, and the last 4, and here you see in the last 3 there is no 2. So this is how our 2 character completed. Now if you just want to know about the cells which contains the character asterisk character minus G, so you just put another asterisk and inverted comma and just again close, and here it says 2, which means which value contain G. Here you see dash G or minus G. Here you see the dash G or minus C. This is how two characters. In that way you can just get to know that how many cells contain the specific character. So I just copy again the whole function so that you will get to know how this function works. This is how our whole examples of CountIF and different functions completed, and this is very powerful tool. And if you like our video, please share, subscribe it, and thank you so much for watching our video.